congrats, you guys. This was an awesome film. Like,
Thank
Cool,
you.
thank you.
starting off, I was like, okay, serious military drama, but then all the romance stuff starts happening, and I especially love that aspect of the film. But Anya, I want to start with the Gorge itself. Obviously, there's CGI in there, but there seemed to be a lot of practical stuff happening. I was wondering, what did the art department and production design do to kind of make the Gorge and everything in it real for you both?
Just an incredible job. Like, listen, I'm somebody that loves fantasy and movie making, and so what a dream to be able to go to work every day and have entire, like, an acre of forest built inside of a building, and then you go in and there's real horses and you're doing all of your stunts practically. It felt like being in a twisted Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, that's a great little metaphor.
Which you enjoyed.
Which I loved. That's what I want to be in.
So those, like, the creature designs themselves of the Hollow Man,
Yeah.
is that practical
Yeah.
as well?
Yeah,
Wow.
absolutely.
crazy.
We got to see, we were on set when the first, we'll call him the leader, and we got to see what he
And shout out
had
to
looked
them.
like after doing, hours and hours of prosthetics. And, it's an imagination-based profession for us, but when there are real practical elements and tactile elements, it just enriches that world.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the practical elements, I mean, both of you have been in films that require action and to kind of increase your skill sets, whether that's learning how to shoot a gun or drive a car or fly a plane, drumming, chess. I love the references there.
Yeah.
But Miles, I was wondering, how did you level up in this? Like, what are some things that you got to try in this film that maybe were new, or you got to just expand on your knowledge?
Sure. I mean, sniper training, I've done a decent amount of weapons training, and I've played military characters before, but a sniper training is, very specific. And so I had went out to a range and was working at different distances, and the attention to detail for that profession is really mind-blowing. I mean, it's incredible what they're able to do and to be that precise at that job. But it's a depreciating skill, right?
Yeah.
Like, I will never...
Get better at it?
No, I'm just saying I will never, be tasked with shooting a sniper
Fair.
rifle.
Do you know how far, like, what your record for
Oh,
distance is?
100, over, a couple hundred yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, like, the distance, I have a hard time flirting with someone next to me. You guys had to do it over a gorge, and I'm wondering, for your relationship in this film, for both of you, when you're acting across the gorge versus when you're actually in closer proximity together, what was the dynamic shift like, if there was a difference between kind of the rapport that you guys built together?
I mean, we started off in rehearsal having the best of intentions. We really wanted to be there for each other. And we were like, listen, every day on your coverage, I will be there. Like, we will figure this out. And then it was the first day, and Miles was in his tower, and they put me on a hydraulic lift far, far away. And we realized he could not see me. I was distracting. I was the wrong eye line. So that had to go away. But the beauty of coming to this project as friends is we do have a really easy familiarity with each other. And we both enjoy playing with one another. So I think that gave it a real sense of excitement when he did cross the gorge, because it was like, you're here. I get to play with a real version of you rather than the imaginary version.
Did you have any kind of thoughts on, like, what it was like doing, like, the more intense stuff when you're at the bottom of the gorge, and, like, how that relationship dynamic changed, or was it similar to what Anya was saying?
Well, that's something that we really wanted to make sure of, because it's different than if you're just in combat and you're working with, kind of a team member, squad member. There's absolutely, you're relying on that person, to do their job, and they would take a bullet for you. But there's an emotional attachment that you have with when you are in love with this person. That made it unique, and we wanted to make sure that was never lost in any of the sequences.
Yeah.
I was rooting for this couple the whole time.
Good.
It's
Thanks.
such a great escapist film. Definitely something I needed. But
Oh,
thank you both
cool.
for your time.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
No worries.
I appreciate it.